And we are live. Don't change nothing. You hear me. You see me. We're here. Post game live is on, live in full effect after it wasn't really a stressful. I mean, it was stressful. It was when you're on the brink of elimination, every second is stressful. I don't think I relaxed until maybe about 2 minutes left in the game when I saw they took Halliburton out. Then I finally exhaled a little bit. I let myself enjoy the win for about 10 minutes. And we're here. We're here to talk about it, to wrap it up. I can't do it alone. There you see the banner. You know what the type of time we on. Can't do it alone. Running the 3-man weave. Podcast Poppy is in the building.
You enjoyed it for 2 minutes and you realized, fuck, we gotta win 2 more of these.
Just gotta win one more. I just gotta win one more.
No,
just gotta win Saturday.
The series don't win. The series doesn't end after you win one more.
I don't care about anything else but Saturday. Saturday is the only thing that matters in my life. After Saturday, then yeah. But Saturday is the only thing that matters. And returning after it's been a week. I think it's been a week.
Yeah. He was in the chat.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. But Anthony is back in the building. Got a fresh cut. He's just living life now.
Brand new man.
Yeah, I know.
Deacon Anthony is gone.
Oh man, what a better night to make your return on a Knicks win. Fucking beautiful.
Would you have been here on a Knick loss?
What?
Would you?
I would have been. I would have been here. I would have been here. Now I still stand by what I said. Had we lost to the Celtics, I absolutely would not have been there. I stand by that. I would have absolutely ducked that shit.
Yeah, Blackheart's still looking for you.
I'm looking for Blackheart right now. I haven't seen that motherfucker. That man, I think he showed up like what, game 1, and I've never seen him back. Shaking my head.
I'm sure he'll be back to get you because he also hates your Raiders. So I'm sure he'll be back at some point.
Oh God!
There's only one way we got to start the show, man. Hit that music, man. Hit the music.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
You see it at the bottom, Dylan. You know what type of time we're on.
I watched all games. You get to enjoy it.
It was a clean win, which is what I wanted for tonight. A clean win.
It was a no doubter.
It's funny enough, I wasn't expecting a clean win tonight. I'll be honest with you. I was either expecting a Pacers win or a very close Knicks victory. I was not expecting this personally. It was just hard for me to think that Indy was just going to come out this flat. So, I mean, obviously, this is the best case scenario, clearly. And just like you, Mike, I was absolutely not resting until it was like 2 minutes in the fourth, and then the starters went out. That was like, okay, I exhaled. All right, this game is over and whatnot. But no, absolutely not. I knew at any point they were very much capable of making a run. But thank God we did not let that happen.
And the Knicks came out with the intent. They played defense. That's all I've wanted from the start is just play defense. And they did finally. They came out with the fire. I agree. I know. I understand. They was talking about it on Inside the NBA. I understand what Kenny Smith was saying that the Knicks just played better tonight, and that's why they won. But I also agree with Chuck. Indiana looked like they completely had
They came
no.
out flat.
They could care less about this game. Like if it was there for
It's
them
like
to
they
take
gave
it,
it up so they can go back.
yeah, like if it was there for them to take it,
They
they
would have
would
been
have
there.
tried. But as soon as the Knicks showed them, no, we're not laying down, they was like, all right, whatever.
Once they cut the 20-point lead to like 10,
10.
if they would have got it to 6, I think they would have flipped the switch to try to steal it. But I think they were absolutely
right
okay
back
with
up
I-
the
I-
game. Yeah.
I disagree. I completely agree with Kenny. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like, how comfortable can you get personally? Like, you're up 3-1. You just saw the Western team do what they had to do, take care of business, and punch their ticket into the finals. And you're gonna come out with that kind of mentality, knowing like because it's not that comfortable. You can close it out at home, but it's not as comfortable as it seems. The Knicks are still 6-2 on the road. We still play very well on the road. They don't win on the road. They don't win it. They don't close it out in Indy. Now they have to come back here for a game 7. I think it's more so we just outplayed them. I think it's more so we did the exact thing we did in game 3, where we played our bench and our bench gave us quality minutes, and we played defense too as well. I'm just not going to buy this narrative that they just got super comfortable and just said, "Oh, we'll let them have it. We'll close it out in Indy." Like,
I think it's a little bit of both. Yes.
Yeah, I think
yes, my exact point.
Can be true because I think that's exactly the DNA of this team. And I've been telling you that for a month now. This team, if as much as we get on Karl Anthony Towns about being a front runner, he would fit perfectly on that Indiana team because they are front runners. Like they are a front running bunch. They absolutely to use what you said, Anthony. Absolutely, they saw what OKC did to Minnesota, and you know what they want to do? They want to do the exact same thing. They want to clinch and go to the finals in front of their fans and blow the Knicks out in Indiana and have their family there and high five and free copies and Pat McAfee and Triple H. They want all of that. They want all of the pomp and circumstance. That's what they want. So had they won tonight, yeah, cool, sure, whatever. We don't like the Knicks. We can because they love to taunt and make fun of people. So they would have loved to have won tonight, but they want to win Saturday. That's what they want.
If they could, if they were in a better spot, like I said, if they would have cut that lead down from 20 to 6, I think you would have seen them like really go for it. But once the Knicks brought it back to 20, I was like, it's just not happening. Halliburton wasn't aggressive tonight
at all.
He was very passive. It's been very much so not like him the entire series, where he's been taking not like super offensive like he was last game, where he was just unreal, like the game of his life. But you can't go out and have Obi Toppin having more shot attempts than him. Obi, who was also doing way too much today.
He was hard. He was trying too hard. He seemed like he wanted it. He seemed like he wanted it, but
him and Mathurin were the only two people trying.
I don't know what's going
Mathurin was
on.
playing himself a game though. Mathurin was balling.
The Knicks.
He's really starting to get on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, because the Knicks need to figure it out because he's starting to become a problem, like
a big
problem in this series. So. I don't know, but yeah.
And he's increasingly getting better as the games go by. He goes by.
Yeah, exactly.
Super unproductive game 1, gets a couple going game 2. Game 3 has a solid game. Game 4 was okay. Game 5 was fucking awesome. And then today was great.
By game 3, though, it was like, I don't know if this dude can play in this series. Like, he's just... Not because like he played bad in game 1. He didn't play good in game 2. He didn't play good in game 2.
He played better than he did in game 1, but that's not.
But he played he played so awful in game 1 that his game 2 was not good either. Game 3, he played a little better in the little bit of minutes that he got. And then Miles Turner, I believe, got in foul trouble last game, and then he had to come in, and he was like, "Boom, my time to shine." And then he played great tonight because Miles Turner got in foul trouble again. But he's also realizing that the Knicks bench, there's no one on the Knicks bench that can guard him.
Absolutely not.
There's no one on the Knicks bench that can guard him. So whenever he comes in against the Knicks bench players, no one can guard him.
Like, people forget that Benedict Mathurin is a bucket.
He's a good player.
He didn't last playoff series. He was hurt. Like, he did not play in the Knicks series last year because he was hurt. And then he slowly is and then that Cavs series, him and DeAndre Hunter just kept getting into fights. So he just a maturity issue. But Mathurin's a bucket. But he's also a gnat. He's also very annoying and gets under everybody's skin.
Borderline dirty. He's kind of like the Dylan Brooks.
Don't do that.
Yeah, he's not Dylan Brooks dirty. He's not Dylan
Brooks.
Don't do that.
No, he's not Dylan Brooks dirty.
but
he's annoying.
But that's what he is for that team, though.
He's annoying. Guy. He does enough to he gets under Jalen Brunson's skin.
I understand it.
Where Brunson's not talking to anybody really. Like, he's doing his little things. He talks more when Mathurin's on the court than anybody else.
And I did it after game 3. I did it slightly after. We didn't have a post game live, but I said it in the chat, the 5 minutes that I was in the chat for game 4. There's nothing, again, because it's rat poison in this chat for everyone, but I have no problem, again, admitting I was wrong. Anthony was completely right. Landry Shamet has been a godsend in this series. He's been a godsend.
Anthony also needs to apologize to Landry Shamet at the same time.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Well, wait, because when I was on my hiatus and I saw Shamet giving us production, the minute we got rid of Campaign, I'm saying to myself, these motherfuckers, Mike and Dylan, better give me a fucking apology. Especially you, Dylan, talking about how Campaign, just him not being in the game wasn't going to do nothing because it was only he was only in for 5 minutes. But the thing is, a lot of our games were coming down to one or two possessions. And when you have a possession,
it's crazy.
What are you talking about?
It's crazy. It's that's absolutely crazy. Blaming a guy
but it's not
5 minutes is fucking crazy.
But Dylan, those 5 minutes were enough for him to get benched. Because again, when you have one possession where he just dribbles the ball out, that's a wasted possession right there. Now you think about it, these games are being decided by 2-3 points, Dylan. So yes, 5 minutes where you have one bad offensive possession does mean something when you're a bench player. Every possession matters when every
evidence from the other night. Anthony, in front of a jury of your peers and live viewers who are watching, and Michael here, did you or did you not say that Landry Shamet stinks?
Yeah, I also say he's better than Campaign. What's your point? I've been saying he's better than Campaign.
Again, but this goes back to...
I've been saying he's better than Campaign.
Yeah, that's not saying much.
No, it is saying much. Because he's better than Campaign. Yeah, he's still... I had never...
asking for Tim Boyle over Zach Wilson. This is exactly what this is.
That is... Well, first of all, that's no, because
that is on your plate, and you are hungry and you want the taste of different.
But again, Dylan, you even if it's a better turd or whatever the hell what words you were saying, it's still better than the shit that we were dealing with before. No, shit is not shit. No, not all shit is the same, Dylan.
About Landry Shamet made he had 3 points tonight. He had one shot, and then on offense, he does this thing where he has the one really good play, and then he immediately takes it right back, right? But the one thing I did not think he was going to give you guys was anything on defense. Anything on defense. So that's where I'll tell you he was a massive improvement over Campaign. Because offensively, yeah, Shamet hit a shot, but then he gets into this mode where he thinks he could keep shooting. That's a problem.
Shamet had 5 points.
Okay.
No, I'm just
No, but I'll stay corrected there. But still, he does this thing because he did it last game, and then he started to do a little bit this game too, where he got hot, and then he got hot. He made a shot. He was like, okay. But
you know what? I don't mind him doing that. I want him to shoot.
I want him. Chuck said it at halftime. When Tibbs puts in his all bench lineup with Cat, all of those guys play aggressive,
and they play through Cat, and it moves. It moves pretty good.
When Brunson's on the court, they're all passive, which has been my problem with Brunson. Not Brunson, but the Knicks offense throughout the season, where everybody gets too comfortable watching Brunson just cook, and nobody feels like they can step in. It's more often than not, it's cooking, right? The guy averages like 35 points a game in the playoffs. So like it's more often than not cooking. And no, I don't think anybody feels like they can tell him or they can shoot the ball when he's on the court. Unless it's a grenade.
Unless he passes it to you.
Yeah, unless it's a grenade or he gets you an open shot.
But I felt like tonight the Knicks did a much better job of not doing that. Like they let him start the game cooking because he was hot in the first
and then
quarter.
They sat him, let everybody else come in.
And I felt like he was moving the ball. Like he wasn't. I didn't feel like he was forcing it.
No, but
they staggered. I think he did the same thing he did last game. We just made shots.
They staggered he was enough, and then they took the ball out of his hands more.
Yeah, he was off ball a lot tonight, which is fine because he's not one dimensional. So it's good. But just to finish my point, Sherman, and I said this after game 3 when he played, I said he earned minutes for game 4. Like if Tibbs doesn't play him and DeLon Wright, who
absolute shocking revelation for me.
For you.
For me, because
not for me.
Why? DeLon Wright has been on 10 teams in 10 years.
And I've been watching this season, and we can roll a tape back. When they were playing Detroit, I was saying then they need to put DeLon Wright in the game. Like, he can play.
I like that this all kind of happened out of just pure necessity because Tibbs was at a loss.
At that point, too, because as much as Chambers played great, DeLon played great. And like I said, they earned those minutes. And I stand Kirk because I said they have to play game 4. And if they, give us anything like they did in game 3, you have to keep playing them. You have to keep playing them. But Tibbs didn't want to play them. He had to.
He had no choice.
He had to. And it's hilarious to see that he sees it and sees it working and is going, oh, you guys can play. Oh,
that's still an indictment on Tibbs. That's such an indictment on it.
It is an indictment on Tibbs.
Absolutely is because
it's so reactive. It's crazy. Instead of being proactive and trying this, like in the Celtics series, I would have tried this.
I would. That's hard because
that's hard.
It's hard because before exactly because before Tatum got hurt, like they were about to be up 3-1.
No, but I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it there. I would have did it once Brown fouled out.
In what, game 5?
In game 5 in the third quarter, because he fouled out with like 7 minutes left in the third quarter. That's when I would have been like, let's throw shit at the wall and see what can work and what can't work and what these guys can do in meaningful minutes. Because now it's like the game's not over yet. We still have a whole other fucking quarter to play. Let's spot them 5 here, and like give 5 minutes in the third, see how the game's ending because you guys won by $1 billion and get in that game. So give them 5 in the third, 5 in the fourth, close out the game. And see what they give you. I just think I hate there was nothing proactive about it.
It's interesting to me too that Indiana, I mean, I know Tibbs doesn't play his bench, but it's like Indiana has never seen these guys before. Like it's
a 10-man rotation. Did a 10-man rotation today.
Well, that's because Indiana gave up with like 3 minutes ago. So,
Do you want to know the
Hey,
crazy part about
I'll
this?
take it.
After watching this game, and then after watching the Thunder play basketball,
you know that me and you are right now.
I know what you're gonna say. I know
there's
what you're gonna
fucking no way.
say.
There's
No,
fucking
no, 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 no.
There's no way.
No.
Like, the Thunder literally are all gas, no break on both sides of the ball.
This is what we were talking about, Dylan. When I said, I'm telling you, it really doesn't matter. The Pacers
truly doesn't.
No,
Pacers
that's not true.
might get a game. I'm telling you, the Pacers might get one. Because what the Knicks
maybe will get one.
What the Knicks did to Indiana, OKC can do that every game.
And
every game.
and at a higher level.
Like,
because they could go 10 deep and still have incredible talent to do it.
Like, Indiana
doesn't play good enough defense.
Exactly. Like,
the Knicks also don't play good enough defense against the Thunder.
I actually think the Knicks problem, I think the Knicks will play the way OKC plays. The Knicks will be able to play defense better with them. I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to score against them. That's my fear. I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to score. So,
you want to talk about a series that's going to happen?
Brunson is cooking SGA all day and night.
It's not going to be just SGA.
I would say SGA is not going to be guarded. I mean, maybe on switches, but Lou Dort is going to be stuck to Brunson.
I don't know about who do you, if you're switching SGA on him. That's still not an easy night.
Not what we want. Yeah, it's not what we
That's
want.
the best look you'll get.
J-Dub, I don't.
But so who would y'all say is OKC's best defender?
Lou Dort. Well,
Dort and Caruso.
I think it's Lou Dort.
It's Dort, Caruso, and then J-Dub.
And then J-Dub.
And then Shea.
And then Holmgren is in the paint. And then Hartenstein is still in the paint.
You have Hartenstein in the paint. You have Holmgren as help. You have Holmgren as
help. And we got Mitch. We got Mitch.
Mitch is going to be in
hell.
Mitch is going to be in hell that whole series.
Mitch is going to be. It's going to be 3-on-1 the whole time.
Because it's not just Miles Turner who's just going to shoot. Chet will take him off the dribble.
Like Mitch is that.
And
is
then Hartenstein's going to be there to grab boards.
Mitch can only.
So
Hartenstein's on the floor. That's the only time. But if they put, I guess you would do it. Cat and Mitch when Holmgren and Hartenstein are together. But if Holmgren is out there by himself, Mitch can't be on the floor. Can't be on the floor.
Because those guys also swarm the offensive boards. And they also cause more turnovers than fucking everybody.
Now, I will say,
so would you?
That's a potential Mikal Bridges series.
Bridges can't even keep up with fucking Halliburton.
OKC runs differently. Like, they run off of turnovers. Like, Indiana just wants to run. That's it. OKC is more of a turnover run because they can play half court too. That's why I don't think Indiana can beat them, because OKC can play half court too. I don't like the matchup for either East team. Like,
either team is a terrible matchup.
I just because
I think if Denver could take him to 7 games, I think we can do the same.
Denver also has the best player in the world.
And
Denver
and the supporting cast. The supporting cast was Michael fucking Porter Jr., who stinks, fucking horrible. Aaron.
We don't
want to go down the list?
We don't have an Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was tearing them.
I'm glad we don't have an Aaron Gordon. We talking about we don't have an Aaron Gordon.
Hold on. Have an Aaron Gordon.
OG's better than Aaron Gordon. Mikal Bridges, they're about the same to me.
It's just different. Like,
what are you talking about? We don't have an Aaron Gordon. We have better players than Aaron Gordon. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you don't have like Aaron Gordon does.
You got Jamal Murray, where Jamal Murray, he'll have these 5-minute spurts where he's like the top 3-point guard in the NBA, and then it just like goes away after like 3-4 minutes, and he goes back to being a bum, and it just keeps going like this. Michael Porter Jr. is all-world ass. Aaron Gordon, yeah, he plays well. He's a solid role player. I'll give him that. Russell Westbrook, we know what Westbrook is. What's his name? Christian Braun stinks. Who are the other bums on that team, man? Get out of here with that shit, man.
The problem is, like, we're discounting how good having the best player in the world is. Because
what are you talking about? I've been beating his drum for MVP this whole year. Of course, I know
because
Jokic.
you have a guy like Jokic on your team. It's not your ceiling is higher; your floor is that much higher.
But also, Anthony, my point, the reason Denver took them, which was the same, what I told you, what I was scared of. Denver's best player is Joker, and that is the weakest defensive position on OKC. Like Holmgren, like I said, Joker was just going to put his shoulder in his chest. Now, I didn't expect Alex Caruso to be the one that could stop. I didn't know that was how that was going to work. But, like, that's why Joker was killing them, because their best player matched up well with, like, our best player is going to have to see Caruso and Lou Dort. Like, now, I fully expect Brunson to get his, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard.
And
it's going to be very hard.
So difficult for Cat, because we're only just starting to see the double teams on Cat in the last couple games. OKC's going to, the second he tries to post up, you're going to get that second person. And they're going to relegate Cat to the 3-point line and try to keep him out of the game.
Okay.
Would you guys make the argument that a healthy Boston Celtics team would have been the best chance to beat OKC?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
They match up
and
very
I still
well.
think OKC would have won.
They match up.
That was my pick, was OKC and Boston, and I picked OKC.
But Boston matches up very
Boston
healthy.
matches up with them.
Boston matches up very well with them.
Because they can match their double big lineup. They can match the small lineup. They have the same identity of that team. They have the all-world player in Jason Tatum and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have the two annoying pest defenders, the Drew Holiday, Derek White, the Lou Dort, fucking Alex Caruso, J-Dub, Jaylen Brown.
They have the
Chet Holmgren, Kristaps Porzingis, Isaiah Hartenstein, Al Horford. They're the same team.
The difference is OKC's better defensively.
OKC's younger and younger and plays better defensively. They're the exact same type of team. And they would have been game to guard them on the 3-point line, because that's where Boston likes to live.
That would have been a great series. But seeing what the Knicks did to OKC would have packed them up. OKC would have packed them up.
OKC.
Mike, you gotta have a little more faith in your Knicks, man. Like, you gotta have a little more faith in your team.
There's certain things, like when you watch the Warriors in that run, you kind of knew they were never going to lose.
The Kevin Durant ones.
You knew they just weren't going to lose. Watching this Thunder team, it seems like the inevitable. Like, I've felt like this a few times in my life, and every time I was right.
I mean, I said this last year about Boston.
Yeah, same. I picked Boston to win the title last year.
It's the exact same thing when we started the playoffs last year, Dylan. What did I say? I was like, we're all here to watch Boston win. That's what we're here for.
We're waiting for Boston.
Like
to care about basketball, and once they cared about basketball, they just
started the playoffs. It's the same thing. We're all here. Have I moved off of OKC at all? Like, we're all here to watch.
Y'all both been consistent. Y'all both been great. And look, I will eat my own shit at the end of the day. I said I didn't believe in OKC. I thought they were pretenders.
Definitely thought
I've been proven wrong times 100. Like, once I saw what they did to the Nuggets coming back from 2-1, that's when I started to really believe in this team and whatnot. Because I saw them go through a little bit of adversity. I'm like, okay. And then they just beat the doors off of Minnesota, especially that game 4 in Minnesota, where it was such a back and forth. And Minnesota made like 10,000 attempts to take the lead, and OKC was like, no, every single time. I was like, holy shit.
Minnesota tried in game 4. They absolutely tried in game 4. They quit in game 5. They tried in game 4.
Because
half that team's not coming back.
Game 4 demoralized.
I think so. I think game 4 took their soul.
I don't even think it's a matter of blowing. They're also going to leave. Randall's a free agent. Naz Reid's going to opt out, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker is also a free agent.
Well, it depends on how much money he gets. I don't know what his market is, because NBA money is so funny.
He probably going to end up getting like 25 to 30.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he might get $30 million, but he's not a $30 million.
Naz Reid's going to get 100.
Yeah,
He's gonna get a full. Naz Reid's gonna get a bag.
Nas is gonna get money, which is crazy because
Yeah.
what I saw in Game 5, I don't want Nas Reid anywhere near my team ever. I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
The scary thing is, like, there's not a lot of teams.
So we're gonna talk about Julius Randle.
Julius Demons came out because it's the same.
How he said that bitch shit about New York, and then proceeded to lay eggs.
He starts to press. He gets frustrated. He gets mad, and then he starts to press. Once you frustrate him, he plays back.
They made those demons come out because they
frustrated him.
They made it miserable on the catch, like every team in the playoffs over the last 4 appearances for Julius has done. You make it miserable for him on the catch, and you don't give him the air to dribble a little bit. He's in hell. And then he starts doing too much, and then getting pissed off.
He gets frustrated, and he starts playing crazy.
He plays outside of himself.
I don't understand why the Knicks, why the Timberwolves, even Julius, his agent, why haven't we gotten this man to a sports psychologist? Because it literally, if he just calm down. They can't I'm not even being they can't guard you, Julius. They can't guard you. They're only capitalizing off of you making self errors. Like
the only player they've played who would have had the ability to guard him was Draymond, and he cooked him.
And he cooked him. Because Golden State said, we have Draymond, so we're going to play Julius straight up. And Julius cooked him. Julius, that's
and all the Thunder did was just like, let's watch some tape really quick.
Let's just trap him.
He doesn't like being touched on the catch. The second you get it up in his face, and once he touches the ball,
he sees 2 people running at him,
and he can't go right. So
from the right, if he sees someone coming from the left and he has to go right, his brain shuts off. So. But boy, oh boy, if he can get to a sports psychologist and get those, if he can get to whoever helped Ron Artest, because Julius has the talent.
You'll never talking about Nas Reid. I don't want Julius
doesn't have the talent. I don't want Nas Reid on the Knicks at all. I would still.
I don't want Julius Randle either.
I would still.
I'm good
because his toughness. This Knicks team isn't as tough as it was last year.
Yeah, but his toughness comes at a price.
For the right price, I would love to have Nikhil Walker on my team for the right price. The way he played too,
you guys would have to pay him for like $5 million. That's the only way it works. He'd have to take a minimum deal. That's the only way he could be in the contract you have. And I tell you what, y'all not trade Mitch. Mitch too valuable.
No, we have to sell him on the beauty of New York. That's all.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take a league minimum at the highest tax state. Sure. Sure.
You keep saying that though, Dylan. I think the Knicks might, for the right player, they might dip.
You're not going to get a young guy. You're going to get a vet.
For the right player, they might dip their toe in that second apron. I hear what you're saying, and I know the Knicks cap situation, but I truly believe if the Knicks, I don't know who that guy is yet.
I don't know. I have no idea who that guy is.
I don't know who that guy is. I kind of feel like I don't know, because like they need to do what Mikal Bridges does, but better. So like,
and I don't know who the hell that guy is.
Like the only person that thinks
that
like
old
DeMar DeRozan kind of pops into my head.
But DeRozan is he could get $45 million
a
year.
He's like old.
It's tough. It's tough. I don't know who that got, but Anthony, don't underestimate a guy like DeRozan's right at that age where if he's on the right team,
yeah, but he's also a horrendous playoff performer.
I don't, but he won't be number one. He won't be number one. That's my point.
Yeah, but
he won't be number two either.
Exactly. When you don't need to be that, like, it'll be Andrew Wiggins all over again. Like, because Wiggins didn't have to worry about nothing and killed Boston.
And then has never done that ever again.
Well, I also think Steve Kerr is a horrendous, not horrendous, but he kills the confidence of good players. Like Wiggins, I don't know what he's doing with Kuminga. He did.
Kuminga gonna get a bag. They're like
Kuminga would have fit with the Knicks. I would take that, but we can't afford
he's an
him.
RFA, so he's not going.
Not for the contract he wants.
So we can't afford
Kuminga's
him.
Gonna get like 25 to 30 mil.
Kuminga would fit on our team very well.
If you could get buckets, you're paid like 40 million.
But he wants a max contract, if I'm not mistaken, Kuminga.
I don't think he's gonna get a max from anybody.
No, he's gonna get like at the max 40 million a year.
But he'll get 40.
He'll get
that's not too far from a max contract.
I think a max is like 50.
Max is like 60.
60, yeah.
Well, no, for Kuminga, what would the max be for him though?
Oh, the max for Kuminga, I think, would be around 50.
Yeah, I'm not giving him 50.
Nas Reed's gonna try to get 100, and there's not a lot of people that have.
Nas is gonna try and get 50.
And he's gonna, and the Nets are gonna knock on that door. And
I would say,
I don't want that motherfucker.
He gonna end up in Atlanta.
Well, you don't want Nas Reed on your team?
No. I think Nas Reed's mad talented, but he
ain't got
too
the heart.
young for me. He doesn't have the heart.
Let's welcome Breezy to the party.
He doesn't have heart.
I had to look at that picture to see what I was looking at. My goodness.
To be fair, Anthony, me and Mike watched him quit in the second quarter yesterday.
Quit.
Literally quit.
Like quit.
Well, Nas Reed stunk up this whole series.
He did. He did. And
he was fucking off.
That's what makes it even more egregious that you played bad all series and then you quit in the second quarter, bro. Go somewhere.
But we addressed Nas Reed. We talk about Julius Randle. We gotta talk about Anthony Edwards, guys.
He gets blamed too. Because you can't be the guy. I understand. I hate when athletes try to pull that. I was just doing what, like, you don't understand that I was just doing what was given to me. No, bro. I was watching the game and you was passive. Like, Halliburton did not play. He can't sit here and tell me, well, the way the Knicks was playing me tonight, that's why I only had 6 shots. No, you was passive and you ran away from it. Like, go get, because I've seen you go get it. So go get it. Like, I don't want to hear that from Ant. Like, no.
The thing is, as well, is the one thing I hate is when people like to make basketball like a one-on-one sport where it's Shea versus Anthony Edwards. And it's definitely not that, because everybody likes to act like Jordan and all these people did it by them fucking selves. That Thunder team is so much fucking better than the Timberwolves. So much fucking better everywhere than the Timberwolves. If the Timberwolves would have won that series, I would have been fucking shocked.
Stunned. I would have been crowning Ant the best player in the league.
But here's the thing. When you look at the Timberwolves on paper and you see how talented that team is supposed to be with Ant Randle, you got Nas. What do you mean? You got Ant, you got Randle, you got Nas Reed, you have Dante coming off the bench. He's supposed to be a really good sharpshooter. You have a veteran point guard in Conley.
Conley's old as fuck.
I said the veteran point guard
2 years ago. Conley is such a liability on this fucking team at this point.
He's a liability defensively.
He is and that is no disrespect.
And then you have a 4-time
most underrated point guard of our generation.
You have a 4-time defensive player of the year in fucking Rudy Gobert. How you going? You can't sit here and say all the.
Rudy Gobert is known to get fucking cooked.
Anthony, you've been in this pod for way too long to be bringing Rudy Gobert up.
I know how you listen. I know how Dylan and a lot of people, to be honest, feel about Gobert. I'm just saying, on paper, I don't buy this narrative that OKC is just so much better on paper. Like, on paper, you look at this Timberwolves team and they have a lot of talent on their team. Like, it's not this massive discrepancy. And again, if you look at this series, the first 2 games in OKC, Minnesota was like, they were worse than the Celtics versus us in the first 2 games when it came to shooting the 3. They were god-awful. Well, I don't know if they were worse than us, but they were horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And then, yes, game 3, they win. They do what they need to do. Game 4, I don't even think Randall played well in game 4. Like, No, he didn't play well. Like they just didn't show up. Most of the team just didn't show up the whole series outside of Game 3. Just
Game
most of the
4,
team just literally did not show up.
no, Game 4, everybody else came to play except Ant and Julius. If Ant or Julius had given them their normal numbers, one of them, Minnesota wins that game. Everybody else did their job except the two best players.
Yeah, the bench gave them 6.
And you can't have that. That's like Brunson and Cat just literally not showing up for pretty much most of the series.
They didn't show up in Game 4 and the Knicks lost. Like if Cat or Brunson gave us their normal stuff in Game 4, the Knicks win that game, but they didn't. So
here's where I'll disagree with Anthony on paper for the Timberwolves, because if you go on paper, there's only 2 guys on that team who could give you over 20, like on an average. 1 guy who's going to give you about 15, and then everything else is kind of a toss-up. And you have 4-time defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert, who literally every year gets exposed in the playoffs.
It's James Harden all over.
It's
like,
the reverse James Harden. It's the defensive James Harden.
I've read this script, Anthony. I know how this goes.
Remember,
playoffs.
Jalen Brunson,
playmaker, dribble,
in the playoff series against the Jazz, Mavericks Jazz, a playoff series without Luka Doncic. All Jalen Brunson did was switch Rudy Gobert out on the fucking perimeter and cook him.
Like, you name the elite guard, and I will tell you how he cooked Rudy Gobert in the playoffs. Let's go down. Donovan Mitchell, not Donovan Mitchell, excuse me. Devin Booker,
Steph
Luka,
Curry,
Steph, James
Jalen
Harden,
James. Yup.
Like I've seen all of them do it to him. Like that's the foot. Like none of them are scared of him. They don't want to go in the paint, but they don't worry about it because they don't have to go in the paint. Like,
Mike Conley, who's fucking 40, also can't do. They showed last night his career playoff numbers, and I'm like, that hasn't been a thing in like 3 years. Like those numbers haven't been a thing in a while. So Mike Conley isn't there. Like, really, the team is 3 players, 3.5 players. It's Anthony Edwards, it's Julius Randle, it's McDaniels, and then it's Naz Reid
and Dante
and Dante-ish.
And Nickel Walker too can
and
play.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker has come into his own. But again, you can't have a team of maybe 4 people who could constantly contribute. That's nice for Julius Randle because I can't constantly say contribute, but up into the series, he's had a great playoff. But like, you have 3 of your starting 5 who can give you combined 70, and then you have to kind of fucking find another 30 between everybody else to even be competitive in these games.
All right, let's just for kicks and giggles, let's just go over Rudy Gobert's playoff history.
Y'all ain't gotta do this man like that, man.
He does it to himself. We don't gotta do anything.
Swept by Golden State. Steph Curry killing them.
Y'all grimy for this.
Steph, I literally watched Steph give him like 25 by himself.
Oh, we're only talking. Okay. Luka. So it's Steph. It's Luka. The COVID season. I don't know who they got in the COVID season. All right. Keep talking. I'll be back to this. This is well,
it's hard to say. It's hard to say that, like, compared to this Thunder team, that is just so good top to bottom. Where it's like, oh, this Wolves team stood a chance. No, they didn't. They never fucking did. They never fucking stood a chance. They had a punch chance because they were in the fight.
But again,
give them.
But the thing is, you look at the way they played. But you can't tell me if Minnesota doesn't go ice cold with their shot, they don't win game one. They could have easily won game one. They were just bricking everything under the sun.
And even if they won game one, they still would have lost this series. It wouldn't have been that much of a revelation because they went back and still found ways to lose games that they were in. And they get blown out.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Dylan.
Okay,
You ready?
cool.
I'm
ready.
Steph Curry swept him. Steph Boogie. James Harden got him out of here in 5. So shout out to him. James Harden got him out of here in 5. Lost to Denver in that great 7-game series in the bubble where Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell that was insane. What
Jamal Murray was like averaging like 40 that series,
and so was Donovan though.
Yeah.
But to answer, yes. So Jamal Murray got him up out of here. Then they beat Memphis. Then they lost to the Clippers. So that's the Clippers team that
That's
lost
Paul
to
George.
Phoenix. That's the Clippers team that lost to Phoenix in the finals. Who's on that Clippers team?
That was
Kawhi?
Kawhi Leonard's injured year, was it not?
So that is Paul George then. Yeah, that is Paul George.
That's Paul George.
That's Paul George packing him up in 6. And then they did not. And then they made the playoffs where they lost to Luka when Luka.
That was Brunson.
That was Brunson. You're right.
That was Brunson.
And that was Brunson. So then after that, we go Minnesota, which is 2022.
Which is Ant-Man.
22.
And
then they lost to Denver in 5, and that would be Joker and Jamal getting him again. Then it was Luka and Kyrie, and then we're here this year.
Oh yeah, last year was Luka. Last year was Luka.
Last year was Luka.
Last year was absolutely Luka. Luka was cooking that motherfucker.
Last year was.
Oh my god. Yeah, not like the Timberwolves team. They weren't deep enough. They couldn't get any extra offensive spark. They couldn't get their guys to show up, but that's just because they just were forced into terrible shots.
Gang. Oh, Blackheart.
My friend.
Blackheart is here. Called you a Mitch, which is funny. Reezy, why are you hiding your face?
Yeah, so it's not fair to Anthony Edwards to have fucking he lost the match to Shea. He lost the matchup to team versus team. And that's tough because now Minnesota's going to be in fucking flux. Because they're going to be stuck on that fucking Rudy contract, and it's going to prevent them from trying to keep anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They just offloaded Cat.
Yeah, but they took on all the money. They offloaded Cat to stay out of the second apron. Right? If you keep Rudy and then you have to pay a guy, really pay Naz Reid. Because the last contract Naz Reid got was like the rookie extension. If you really have to pay Naz Reid, knock, hello, second apron, and your team shit. Because
Gobert signed a 3-year contract extension October 23rd, 2024. They just re-upped him.
Ugh.
So I can tell you who's not going anywhere, and it's Rudy Gobert.
Listen, so somebody posted something about, would KD be good for the Suns? Good for the Timberwolves? I think so. They don't have much to trade for him besides Rudy, and then I'm like, wait, no, the owner would love that. The owner loves making bad trades.
He does. He does. Listen, I said this after game 1 of the Boston series. It's the same thing. I'm going to end this show the same way I ended that show. Y'all better not let us win that game. Y'all better not. Y'all better take care of business. You better not let us do it. Because if we're having post-game live on Monday, oh boy. Oh boy.
Relax, Mike.
To be fair, I still think it'd be anyone's game. I mean, we still got to get there, but
I don't know who you are, T. Severe. I feel like you know me, and you know this got under my skin.
Honestly, Dylan's not going to take Darren Williams slander.
I feel like you, that's targeted. That's targeted. That's very specific. A very specific target. That's your boy.
You don't talk about Darren Williams in front of Dylan.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Shout out to Darren Williams. He beat up Frank Gore that one time. Beat the dog shit out of Frank Gore that one time.
Beat Frank Gore up so bad he had to go actually become a professional boxer. He said, "Nah, no way, no way."
And I'd still take Darren Williams.
No way.
Oh, go ahead. There you go. Appreciate you. I don't believe you. Targeted. Targeted. Targeted.
What's up?
Right?
What if
Roz
that's
is feeding him information.
That's Roz's burner?
Roz burner. Yeah, Roz just like, yeah, we get under his fucking skin. Yeah.
as he's doing, yeah, I'm gonna get you right now. This is how Roz. This is how Roz is looking. Message commenting in the chat from his burner phone. It's not me, fellas.
At
It's
fucking
not
midnight. At midnight.
Oh man.
It's not
This is
94
meant
yet. It's not 94 yet.
Nah, definitely not.
I mean, he might be. I'm telling you, he might be.
That is the face of a man who's got a burner or two.
Who's got a burner.
That man bought a Galaxy A7 out of 7-Eleven and is using it to post.
Oh.
Oh god.
James, what are your thoughts on tonight's game? Before you start, did you hear me give Shaman his flowers?
I did not.
I gave him his flowers.
So it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Never happened.
But
it never happened.
you know what I said? You are a front runner. Because last pod you pulled your nonsense with that whole I expect stuff. Mike has been on a roll with this. I expect this. I expect. He goes, I expect. I give him his props tonight for Landry Shaman playing well. What was that? Not last game. The game
3.
I give him his props. He had impactful minutes. He hit 1 3. He got some big stops. Like I give him his spots. But do I expect him to play this well next time?
No.
Don't.
No.
And what do I say, Mike?
I don't know what else you want.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Because
you got this to me now, boy.
Mike, have hope. Have hope, Mike. And you did not want to accept that. So you're sitting here with egg on your face.
I don't know how else to answer the question. I gave him his praise, and then if you ask me, do you think he's going to play like this again? No, I don't.
Mike,
Or you want me to lie?
and
No,
he's
I
a
don't
player
think
on your
he's.
team. Have fucking hope. What is your problem?
You still have hope for campaign?
Yes, if they're playing him,
James is the
hope
only one.
if listen, if anybody is playing, my hope is they give impactful minutes and is able to give us points. I'm not sitting here and saying I don't expect them to play well because that's bad juju in my book. I'm hoping that they are able to give us impactful minutes and able to contribute to a win. That's how I'm looking at it.
100% agree.
You
One
are
game at a time.
Because like we have no chance
No,
if
I'm not. I'm
the
not
bench can't
strapping
give
you.
us impact.
I'm not
If we
strapping
can't get
you.
impact
I'm
minutes on
saying
the bench, we're not winning this
what
series.
I'm saying.
it's two different things. I hope he plays well too. But the question is, what do you think he's going to do? Not what you hope is going to happen. What does your basketball IQ tell you is going to happen?
I don't know because he's streaky.
That answers it. My basketball IQ tells me he's streaky, and I don't trust it.
No, it's not that I don't trust it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's not that I don't trust it. It's just that he's streaky, and I hope that it's in a good way the night that he plays.
As a man who had ShamWow on his team in a playoff run, I understand that he's streaky, and I didn't trust him.
So
it's the same thing with James Harden. When James Harden had that great game 6, and you said, now are you going to give him praise if he has a great game 7? Sure. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't expect that to happen at all because I know James Harden. I know I've seen this before. I know the script. I know what's going to happen. So no, I don't expect him to do that again because that's what he does. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. I'm going to give him his praise, but if you ask me, do I think it's going to happen again? No. And I gladly, like I did again tonight, will sit here and say, I was wrong. He's playing great. He's not, for what his role is, he is playing great in this series. And I am pleasantly surprised. And I will take it all day. I was wrong.
Because it's your team, though. That's the thing. Because it's your team, it's affecting your team in a positive way. You're able to take it and say, "Hey, I mean, I'm glad that I'm wrong in this sense."
Because it affects me directly.
Exactly. Don't you think that's a little hypocritical, though?
How?
Okay.
It is directly affecting me. If this, I am surprised. I'm not really that surprised. Maybe that's a bad example. For Julius Randle, the way Julius finished that series, it's a little surprising, but like,
no, it's not.
It's not.
Eh.
You are like the only Knicks fan who's still out here trying to say nice things about Julius Randle.
Because I appreciate what he did for the Knicks. I appreciate what, and
I don't. Fuck that nigga.
Knicks fans like Anthony were way too hard on him, acting like he was out here just bumming it up.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to present more evidence and ask some questions. Anthony, did you or did you not used to refer to Julius Randle as King Julius?
Wait, what?
Did you or did you not used to refer to Julius Randle as King Julius?
Hey, there might have been a time when I liked the nigga.
We here in the court are ask you to answer the question provided.
I did answer the question.
He did.
Did you or did you not used to refer to Julius Randle as King Julius?
I said there might have been a time where I liked the nigga.
Jury, is that an acceptable answer?
Yes, the jury says yes.
There we go. Yes. For you to have turned like that playoff series against the Hawks, Anthony was calling him King Julius the whole time, while also trying to tell me that Julius Randle was the best player in New York while the Nets had Kevin Durant. which to me is still fucking crazy. Julius Randle was the fourth best player in New York behind Durant, Harden, and Kyrie. And this man was like, he's the best player in New York. And I'm like, relax, man. He just got packed up by the Hawks. Like, chill out. Y'all still hate Trae Young to this day because of that.
Well, me and James do. Anthony loves him, but it's another story for another day.
Yeah.
I mean, but my thing is personally, Game 3 when the Knicks lost, only you and I were here. But when the whole group, oh come on,
Blackheart, I've been told
Blackheart,
I'll up for Nick wins.
Blackheart,
oh come on,
you are about to start a whole. We had a whole.
that's some
argument about
bullshit.
this in the pod. We had a whole argument about this.
That's some
Here I
bullshit.
am. I show up to work.
It wasn't only him and Mike because I was in the comments and I wasn't able to be on the pod because I was studying. I was in the comments at the end of the pod.
There's the caveat. Right?
I was in the comments at the end of the pod and I was throwing in questions and Mike was answering the questions and I was interacting with Blackheart that night.
So that is.
And I was on vacation. That's not true at all.
You need
That's
people,
absolutely.
but I don't. With the Anthony thing, Anthony loves to hold the bench accountable for when there's errors out of your stars.
Is that
Like,
a bad thing to do?
Yes,
Hold the bench accountable?
Planned campaign for some of these losses when Karl Anthony Towns was out here picking wedgies out his ass on the bench because he was getting in fucking foul trouble. Like, the campaign minutes are not more important than your fucking all NBA player not being on the court because of his own stupidity. Which he does every game, by the way. This motherfucker,
Which he's still doing, by the way.
Towns,
He's literally still doing it.
is
that
unbelievable
him
for a
and
half
Mitch,
player.
him, Mitch, and Brunson, if they get in foul trouble the next game, they're gonna fry us.
This motherfucker Cat every fucking first half plays a great first half and then comes out in the fucking third quarter and just looks as fucking dumb as a box of rocks.
It's 2 fouls within 5 minutes, like 2 minutes. Boom,
and they're
boom.
dumb fouls. They're not even just like, oh, I'm trying to play defense, I'm slapping the wrist. It's, oh, I'm gonna post up and then I'm gonna hook your arm and try to make it look like I'm fucking doing something and I'm the asshole. Or I'm gonna push Pascal Siakam in the back. Full extension.
Whose hand was he literally holding that one play? Oh my
God. Neesmith.
It was Neesmith. He literally was holding it. It was like, ref, call something. They're like, okay. We're calling. And then on the defensive side, he pushed somebody, and there was like, I didn't do anything. He did that shit tonight. Fucking pushed Pascal Siakam square in the back, full extension. It was like, what? I didn't do nothing.
I will say though, I knew the Knicks were doing good tonight when he got fouled and he yelled and one, and there was bass in his voice when he yelled and one. I was like, oh, Cats, this is real tonight. That's
also part of his persona.
And one. I was like, oh, Cats.
He also, after the Celtics series, was getting like, yo, I want to do this for all for New York. All New York. I was like,
big lion.
Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. This is fucking stupid. You don't talk like that. Stop it. Stop it.
What was your initial question, Mike, before we went off the rails?
I forgot. I forgot what it was. I forgot.
What my thoughts of the game?
Oh, yeah. So what's your thoughts of the game?
I mean, the Knicks, they took care of business. I mean, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They kind of like almost lost a big lead towards the end of the game, and I was kind of getting nervous because this Knicks team, they kind of validate Coach Tibbs with how he keeps his players in no matter what lead we have with the whole no lead is safe because of how they play as far as closing these games. They don't close teams out well sometimes or most of the time. So that's what leads to Tibbs not taking out players because no lead safe. But other than that, they came out showing some heart. They came out, did what they were supposed to do. They're at home. This was a game 7, and every game going forward is a game 7, and they were treated as such. So, am I surprised? No, but game 6 is gonna be tough, and they need to come out acting like it.
They didn't start slow. That, to me, has been the key all playoffs. When the Knicks start fast or just play with, they got some common sense in the first quarter. They
Yeah,
win
just
all
not be
those
behind
games.
by double digits.
They win all those games. They put themselves in such a hole all the time. And yeah, they can't do that in an elimination game on the road. They cannot come out flat. Because even in game 4, even though the Knicks were sharp offensively, they were not sharp defensively. Like, giving up 43 points in the first quarter is insane. Like, if Indiana wasn't as bad as they are defensively, the Knicks should have got ran off the court in the first quarter. So, like, it's got to be 48 minutes. They can't have a lull. They cannot have a lull.
You cannot. Because Indy, they're going to come out swinging. They're going to come out swinging out the gate.
I'm expecting Indiana to come out in the first quarter exactly how they came out in game 4. It's going to be exactly the same thing. So we either have to match them offensively, which is tough, or move those puppies, like Kendrick Perkins would say, and play some defense.
Yeah, I mean, even tonight, man, they played well defensively, but then there were some stretches like in the fourth quarter or in towards the end of the third quarter, like they closed out these quarters like in such a scarce way, man. And
they don't close quarters out well. You're right.
yeah, like, and then like you see at the end of these quarters, or they have stretches where it's just like they miss, they get a stop, it's a terrible transition, they get a stop, they turn it over, then they have to get a stop, and then they turn it over, and then they have to get a stop. It's like, and then that's when coaching comes into play, because Tibbs, he takes so long to process things. We're like, all right, it's been back and forth, running up and down the court, no scoring, crazy possessions. Call a timeout, but he won't. Like, what the hell, Tibbs? Like his processing, like he lets things play out way too long to me. Like his lineup tactics, like his rotations of how long he sits certain players and stuff like that, how long it takes for him to bring another player in, how long it takes for him to call a timeout, how long it takes before he says, all right, let me try something else. Like how he processes things, like and granted, I feel like he trusts his team, but it's gonna be the depth of the team as well. How much he trusts the team before he makes a decision to call it quits on certain things. Like call a timeout, start over, run a play. Like, and that's another thing. They don't run fucking plays. Like, please run plays. Please
You
run.
know who this sounds like? Coach Bud.
He's not as bad. Nowhere near as bad.
No, he's not as bad, but
I
it
was
sounds
waiting
like
because
Bud.
I know James hates Coach.
It sounds just like Bud. Because
hates Coach Bud.
like, remember, again, people like to forget this. He was going to be fired if they didn't.
Absolutely.
If they lost that series against Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
He was going to be fired, and they had to fucking keep him. They had to keep him begrudgingly because of all the things that James just said. Like, it's literally just like, man, this sounds just like fucking Bud. I don't know who you are, T Severe. I like how you think. You can come back and play for my team anytime.
See, now I'm getting nervous for game 6 now.
If Tibbs gets fired, I don't think we see Tibbs coaching again.
Tibbs will be an assistant somewhere. I can tell you where he'd be an assistant.
Milwaukee?
No. Crosstown.
Chicago.
across town.
Brooklyn.
Jordy would have him on the staff ASAP. ASAP. So,
Interesting.
and he wouldn't have to really move. He would have to move, and he would be a good. Tibbs is a great assistant. A great assistant. So I would like, especially on a team you're trying to like push tenacity and shit on. I can see that.
And I just want to point
Yeah,
this out.
Tibbs is getting old.
Before I lose my mind, I just want to. In terms of coaching, it's the playoffs. We're at the point where it's very simple. It's not hard. I for the life of me, sitting here watching this game, don't understand why the Knicks don't hunt Nembhard every trip down the floor when he's on the floor. He cannot guard anybody on the Knicks starting five. No one. You tell me who he can guard, because I saw Josh Hart give him buckets tonight. He can't guard anybody on the Knicks starting line. The Knicks should be hunting him every time.
The problem with that, if it's anybody but Brunson, you're kind of having to draw a play up. And Tibbs don't do that.
He can't guard any of them.
And again, this also goes back to the point I said earlier in the pod. When Brunson's on the court, everybody kind of just watches.
That's play calling.
Hunt. I just sit here and I don't understand why they don't hunt him. He can't play defense. Like
They try it, but my thing is, because you know what it is, they put Nembhard on OG, and OG
that's a mismatch.
As much as it is a mismatch,
OG gonna hunt?
OG, huh?
OG's gonna go hunt?
No, he's not gonna go hunt. And secondly, he's not the greatest block player. He's not the greatest on the block. So, like, if you put him in the post, if Nembhard pulls the chair, OG is liable to probably fall or lose the ball. Not saying that, but that's just the reality of it. That's how he plays. His coordination is a little off when it comes to stuff like that. He's not that tactician to do something like that. Secondly, the matchup they need to get Nembhard in there, avoiding the matchup, is Bridges posting them up, because Bridges is doing that to Halliburton in the post. That's the matchup they need to get, but they're not working to get that.
Hunting for it. They're not hunting for it. Like, hunt it. He can't play defense. Like, we're in the playoffs. Like, the being nice stuff, he can't put. He can force him to take him out the game.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are just taking what they're seeing.
The Knicks are just taking what Indiana's giving them, and that, like,
that's not a winning formula.
No,
also, I like how this guy thinks.
Indiana is actively hunting Cat in pick and rolls. They hunt Brunson. They kind of didn't tonight for some reason, but they hunt Brunson. Like,
they went off script. They realized what was going on. They said
they didn't want to win.
Maybe
tonight.
We could fight, but they knew what was going on.
They didn't want to go.
I don't think it's a power of egos.
I
think it's coaching, and it's too much respect. I think it's too much respect for where we sit there and we just let Brunson just do whatever, and nobody feels like they could be like, "Hey, let me get one."
Yeah, no. I mean, there are times where Bridges will take the ball out of his hand, or Hart will take the ball out of his hand, or they'll bring the ball up and they'll wave Brunson off from bringing the ball up. But what happens? They run an action play in the side, pick and roll with action play in the side for Brunson to get open and get back to the ball. It doesn't last.
Well, they run an action play to see if they can get Cat the ball, and if they can't get Cat the ball, they just give it to Brunson and get out the way.
Yeah, so like they don't run plays. They don't abuse the mismatch on the floor. They don't do any of that stuff. And if they did, we'd be able to take leads and hold leads a lot better, easier.
Which is why next week, if the Knicks get to next week, it's going to be
what mismatch you on in?
But I want those. I so pray I can have those problems next week. So we'll pray I can have that next week. But all that matters is Saturday. That's all that matters.
God.
Do we have any final words for Minnesota or the OKC series since it's over?
Good.
Going out 30 at halftime, sad, man.
OKC's just been beating the brakes out of teams.
Ant got outplayed, man. He got outplayed by SGA, and it's not necessarily a one-on-one game, but he just got outplayed. That's the it was a battle of stars, and he got outplayed by the other star, and he also wasn't aggressive enough. I don't know what happened.
I tell you what happened. Lou Dort happened. That's what happened.
I don't
tell you what happened.
It was so much, but there was at one point where they were just the second Ant picked up the ball to try to start his jump shot. 3 guys were running at him.
But
I saw that a few different times.
Then that means that's he got some work to do on the off season. You got to be able to see that and get the ball to your guy, and they got to make the shot. And I understand that it's like, all right, then your other guys got to beat us. He got to then change his game up as well. He is such a and what was it last season? He was like showing off how he likes to play in the off the block and use the backboard and bank shot and stuff like that. Time for you to change your game up when the playoffs come, because the game slows down. Get on that block, post up, fade away jump shot. You need to change your game up, because if you're banking on your athleticism and 3-point shooting to win you something, the veterans and people that watch this game will tell you all the time that 3-point shots don't win you basketball. I mean, win you championships unless you're Steph Curry. It don't win you you don't win that way.
And to your point, Ant made it a point to win the 3-point title from Malik Beasley in the regular season, and his 3-point shot was non-existent in this series. Non-existent.
Yeah.
Like all that's well and good, but
in some form or factor, it's to be expected. The game is going to slow down. They're going to run schemes to play against you defensively and stuff like that. And it's on you and your coaching to figure that out and to make changes and adjustments. And they didn't adjust. They tried to continue to play the same exact way. And that's when you saw their offensive lows, where he was shooting 6 for 18 and 5 for 20 and shit like that. That's like, you're forcing shots. Go to the basket, try to get a foul, get to the line, change it up.
What is this, Blackheart? I know that's not your top 5 players in the league. Can't be.
It's
Can't
tough.
be.
It's tough.
I mean, it's not crazy, but that's a weird. If that's in order, that's a weird order.
That can't be the 5.
Mike's face is a look of disgust.
I mean, stars of the future, right? It looks like the stars of the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, James. He just clarified it.
There we go.
Because ain't no way, bro. ain't no way. But the next 5, who got next? I'm not mad at this 5. I'm not mad at that 5. Those
to
5,
add Luka to that, though, it's kind of crazy because Luka's not new no more.
Yeah, if we're gonna have Luka there, you got to have Giannis too.
Yeah,
because they're only 2 years separated.
Yeah,
Luka's what, 24, 23?
It doesn't
No,
matter.
Luka's 20. Luka's 25. Giannis is 30.
Giannis is like 28, isn't he?
No, Giannis is 30.
Giannis is 30.
Oh shit.
Giannis is 30.
Giannis been in the league for a minute.
7 years.
2015.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if the Knicks got 3, 6,
13. Oh my god, I did not realize how Long ago he got drafted. Holy shit.
How long Luka been in the league for?
Luka was 2018, I believe.
Yeah,
2017, 2018.
yeah. Look at that, 2017. 2 years from 10 years. He's not a new face.
That's not my point, though. It's how young he is. It's going to be his league.
Fuck Giannis.
Luka is 26. Don't talk about your best player on your team like that.
Fuck Giannis.
Your next Brooklyn star.
Next Brooklyn legend.
No. Fuck him.
Who do you want on the Nets, man?
You better address him as such if he comes to the Nets like Kawhi to the Raptors.
I'll address him as fuck him.
Like, who do you legitimately want on the Nets?
He wants the Nets to suck.
I want the Nets to make a move with the Spurs or Philly to move up to 2 or 3. And we have the picks to do it. We have a like a good player to put in for any of those teams in Cam Johnson. If you pair up Cam Johnson and 1 or 2 of the first round picks we still have outside of 8, you can make a deal to move up.
Build through the draft.
I want to do what the Thunder did. Ideally,
yeah, I feel like that's kind of like what you want.
How long did that take? That's like 6 years.
They made that team in 2019 when they first got Shea.
6 years.
First got Shea and was able to build through the draft and some acquisitions, but they started winning games in the first 2 years of that. And then they gradually got to this point where my point with the Thunder, with Anthony before the playoffs started, because he said they have no experience. And I said this Thunder team is a lot like the 2012 Thunder team, where every year they got better and every year they advanced further in the playoffs until they eventually got to the finals.
Yeah.
So, and it was done organically. Granted, they end up trading for Shea, but they traded for him in his second year. So it's not like he was incredibly established or anything. He was just talented.
I just want to point out, LaMelo can't be on that list because his ankles are made of glass.
And LaMelo be playing garbage basketball.
I don't nowhere near a new.
Remember when I said I like this guy? I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy anymore. No, I'm a Yankee fan. Can't do that. You can't do that. Shout out to Jazz Chisholm.
Shout out to Jazz.
Jazz. Apparently, Boone asked Jazz to play third over in Somerset today.
Who saw that coming?
All of us. So Jazz will probably be our third baseman going forward. And then they're just going to play all these other guys at second.
James.
What?
Can we have a moment and acknowledge DJ LeMahieu? Can we do it? Can we acknowledge the Terminator?
The machine.
The machine.
He's been pretty good since he's been back.
We'll see how long it lasts, man. Because he got no. I listen. I like DJ LeMahieu. He got old fast and fell off the face of the earth. He was like the most efficient and almost MVP of the league, and just was shit.
Mike,
Lord.
post that one. Post
Lord.
it. Post it. Post that
Lord.
shit. Post that shit. G. Let's go. I like him again.
This is not what I expected. There's too much sports knowledge from you, sir, to like that piss poor lack of a culture franchise.
T Severe, you my nigga, man. You my nigga.
Guys, Mike and
Fire
Dylan.
Chip
Kelly
taking acid.
T Severe understands that there's 32 teams with only one nation, so I respect that. So I salute to you.
Jet West.
I know.
He just said
He's still a Raiders fan. And I had the Jets going 11-6, so I ain't no problem.
You're also
What did he say?
fucking you're so crazy.
What? 11-6.
Unreal.
Which Jets? You talking about the hockey team?
The Winnipeg Jets.
You talking about the hockey Which Jets? Not the New York Jets. Oh my!
I don't think there's a Jet fan alive who agrees with you. Single one who agrees with you. You must think Justin Fields is Lamar Jackson. That's really it.
We need to clip that and make that again.
I will die on this hill that Justin Fields is going to prove a lot of people wrong this year.
There you go, Anthony. Join this channel. Subscribe.
Yeah, your delusional ass.
No, that's a crazy plug on our podcast, though.
So the Winnipeg Jets.
I wanted to say that the comment section and the interactions between the comment section and Dylan these past two pods.
Oh, James, let me tell you something. One, where's my boy Chang? You're a Giant fan. Where's my boy Chang? Because Chang
and his
Just a super guard.
There, Anthony, I don't know if you're aware. There was this gentleman by the name of Chang who came in our group, who came in the chat during game one, and all I did was roast his mother for 30 minutes.
No.
All I did was roast his mother for 30 minutes. And then at the end of game two, as Mike is hitting end stream, somebody popped up talking crazy. And I had the opportunity to then unleash on his mother too, but Mike took it away from me.
Whoa.
Mike,
Whoa.
I'm considered. I'm convinced.
I said that on
Mike
purpose, Mike.
I'm convinced that Mike is paying for bots for us.
Mike's paying for bots for me to just fucking eviscerate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mike has been saving the 25 cents we've been getting from ads, and now he's going to use it.
The whole dollar we made on ad revenue, Mike said, bots in here.
Oh, man.
T. Severe, I also agree. Justin Fields ain't even Landry Fields. But this guy here thinks Justin Fields is fucking Lamar Jackson. So that's
Well, you also have the Jets winning 2 games too, all right?
no,
so,
I have them winning like 4 games.
We don't know what he has the Jets winning.
I told you, like,
we don't know what that number is.
It's 4. 4 is my number. That's why I said I'll take 3.5 over, but I'll take under 5.5. I think 4 is it. I think
All right,
4
James.
is it.
James, there's your chance. There's the number.
I think 4 is it.
Hashtag Jets 5.
I don't.
Hashtag Jets 5.
We're not a good football team. We are not a good football. We're not a good offense.
I'm trying to be hashtag Jets 5 or Jets 6, but Dylan won't take it.
Wouldn't
He won't take it back.
Jets stink. Justin Fields stink. Like
you let Roz poison your head, man.
No, he poisoned my head because he's not good at football. Like, I would love to be wrong, and I would love for Justin Fields to be everything you want him to be, but no.
Shout out to Uncle Ian.
Oh my God! It's like I'm looking forward to the football season, but then it's just like at the same time, it's just I need some more positivity from you and Roz, man. Like I just need a little bit more positivity.
What?
I just don't want to hop into a pod.
I don't know what that word is.
I just don't want to hop into a pod and in the first 40 minutes is just you guys slandering the Jets. Like I need more positivity from that. Like,
seeing how the most games the Knicks can win in this series is 4. We'll win the same amount. We will win the same amount. If they lose and they only win 2, we will win more.
Crazy.
Like, how am I supposed to be positive when Justin Fields fucking sucks and the Jets' second best wide receiver drops the football all the time, and then they drafted a kid who's a fucking Bugatti with fucking bald tires.
What?
He's a fucking speed demon, but he can't catch.
You can't
He's a
catch.
Bugatti with bald tires.
Jesus Christ.
Arian Smith. Fucking
Oh
man.
it's gonna be a fun football season. It's gonna be a fun.
Can't wait for
football
college. For
I
me
was
to
just about to
fucking
say-
hate Lincoln Riley too.
Oh yeah, listen,
Dylan versus Lincoln Riley is very real.
it's gonna be a long season for me too.
Yeah, Carson Beck
Long.
stinks.
Long season.
And he broke up with the Cavender twin. He's done.
He might be out of the sunken place though.
Well, he been around a lot of Latinas.
He done came to Miami and his eyes is open. So I'm hoping. But
He's a speed demon with feet for hands. That boy couldn't catch a cold.
He's fast though.
As shit.
He's fast. He's fast though.
That boy fast as fuck. But again, what is he, Devin Hester? Where he couldn't do nothing but kick returns. Devin Hester was useless on offense. Useless on offense.
Yes, Unc, you're absolutely right. Actually, I haven't, Anthony. You didn't mention this when you came back from your.
What?
Because he stopped watching.
No, I did mention it. That was the first thing I said. I was like, Caitlin Clark is out. The ticket prices plummeted. I posted that in the chat.
But what about the feet?
All those.
Yeah, but what do you have to say about it? You're just stating what you saw. What do you think?
Is the MVP?
I think it's a trap. She's out like at least 2 weeks, so that's gonna be tough.
I mean, we already took the bet. So we have the field.
I have my injury clause, so I'm good.
No, you don't. No, you don't. The only person here who has an injury clause is me, and I think I'm going to win that bet against Mike too. Because you bet that Angel Reese is going to average 17 and 10.
Yeah, barring injury. Yeah,
They don't have a single player averaging double-digit points.
that team is. I knew they were going to be bad.
Wait, you made that bet?
I did.
Anthony, you were there.
Oh,
They're
I
the
was?
worst team in the- They're the worst team in the
ooh,
league.
17 and 10. Ooh,
Said
They're the worst
Angel
team in
Reese
the
is going
league.
to average 17 and 10. I
She's
so
averaging-
fast
probably
to shake
averaging
Mike's
the
hand.
rebounds, but the points is not there.
The points is not.
I
gonna
was
do
so
that.
fast to shake Mike's hand. I was like, yes. Yes. Give me that.
I, in all honesty, I'm trying to give Angel Reese a chance. I really am. Like,
No, you're not.
no. I have been on record to say that she has the potential to be better this year and to improve her game. I've said that. All right, she just hasn't done it. Like, I mean, granted, it's still beginning of season, plenty of time, but so far she hasn't
There's
done it.
not
She's
plenty of
been-
time. That's the problem. There's not enough games in a WNBA season for there to be plenty of time.
But listen. She's averaging 10 and 14, which is unbelievable. But she's averaging 10 and 14. I just don't know how I'm gonna get 7 more points.
You want to know how you get 7 more points? Her shooting percentage goes up 20%.
She gotta make her free throws a little bit better.
She got to make her shots. She has to make her shots.
or her shots, but her free throw percentage is
You cannot,
65.
as a big, shoot sub 40 from the
She's
field.
shooting
You can't.
65 from the free throw line.
It almost makes me think that the Lisa Leslie thing was just like promo.
A prop.
Was just hyperbole.
Yeah, it was just a clip. I don't think they worked out longer than an hour. I don't think they did anything like that. And I also think it was a one-off. She needs to work on her game. And granted, her playing in the Unrivaled League was to give her ramp and like play time, but it doesn't. You have to work on your skill. She has
Yeah.
to
She
work
didn't
on
do
her
anything
skills.
differently than what she was already doing in Unrivaled.
Yeah, no, it just gave her more playtime, but she needs to
Yeah.
work on her craft.
The problem is here with Angel Reese, right? In the most like respectful way possible. They're asking her to play a style of game that she can't do. Like, I think they're asking her to be the number one scorer on that team.
Which
When
she
in
shouldn't
all
be.
actuality,
It should be
she's
Camilla.
a really good role player. Like, that's it. This version of Angel Reese is literally just a role player.
But isn't that what she was in LSU?
No, she was the best.
She was the
player on
driving
the
force
team.
at LSU.
She was the best player on the team.
She may not have been the scorer because they had a couple
But
other
that's what
girls
I'm
who could do
saying.
it.
I'm talking
But
about scoring wise, not
scoring-wise,
They had,
as
but the difference with the LSU
they had
is
Flaude
they had shooters.
Johnson.
They had shooters
Haley
around her.
Lith. They had
This-
players.
James, this Chicago team's awful.
They also don't play Haley.
They don't.
They all
They-
like you need production out of your guards.
Yeah.
The best offensive player they have on their team doesn't play.
I mean, she's got to play.
Mike, the only person who averages double digits is Angel Reese.
I know.
And she's not even close to being the best offensive player on that team.
I don't understand why they don't give Camilla the ball. I don't know if it's because Angel's there, because Camilla was a monster in college and she should be a monster in the W, and like it's not there at all. Like,
Spacing.
at all.
No, it's terrible.
Like, Camilla
but
doesn't
at the
play
same
well at all.
time, the
She's
thing
lucky
Angel
Angel's
Reese
there.
also needs to realize is you can't go up 5 times in a possession.
yeah, nah, you got
You fucking can't. There comes a point where it's like you have to kick out. You have to.
But the thing is, she's also not playing smart by going up 5 times. You gotta draw the foul.
Like
Yeah, she does not look for fouls.
Yeah, she's actually
She just goes up.
She's
She just
attempting
goes
to
up.
score. She's trying to score every single time. Get called, like
foul,
create
yeah.
body contact and get to the line.
Like that
You're-
clip from the
You're
Liberty
right.
where at one point she had literally 4 people on her down low and everybody's just
Oh.
Everybody on the bench was pointing like, "Hey, out."
and
pass
she's
it
just
out.
going up as Jonquel Jones is just swatting the ball down.
Jacquel is not the one to play with. Jacquel is not the one to
She was
play
just-
with.
Yeah, okay, cool. Get the rebound. Pad your stat. Like, go ahead. Get that.
Because I'm a pad mine too.
Make the smarter basketball play. That's my whole problem with Angel Reese is she doesn't have like this high IQ. She does dumb shit. She does as a big, you are supposed to, even at the worst big in the league, right? You cannot shoot under 50% while you're at the basket. You fucking can't. The worst offensive players at the center still do it. Like
I don't think it's IQ though. I think it's just that she is trying to be.
Well, the IQ comes into the hey, you're getting fucking 4 offensive rebounds in a possession, kick the ball out, create.
She's trying to convince herself that she's what she's trying to be, which is more than what she actually is.
The worst thing for the WNBA is them trying to make the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark rivalry a rivalry when Angel Reese can't fulfill her end of the bargain in that, and that's not fair to her.
I don't think the WNBA is doing that anymore, though. I think that she's trying to carry it along.
Well, it's about to be out. Like they were doing it, and they tried to do that for the first game that they played, and then it's we're throwing that away. We're throwing that away really quick because again, trying to make Angel Reese a point forward while she's dribbling the ball at her chin and getting ripped and trying to run an offense and do all like that's irresponsible of the coaching staff to make that a thing. That's stuff you work on in the off season when you really are doing it, not just throwing shit together and trying to figure it out.
I don't know, man.
And regardless, the Sky are awful.
Horrendous. Absolutely.
They just won the first game today. They beat the Dallas Wings.
Awful.
Dallas Wings also fucking
Are not good.
Enrique needs to
figure it out. She
figure her fucking shit out because
she's
she is like
being-
the driving force to some of these losses.
and I've watched them play twice, and the 2 times that I've played, it feels like she doesn't want to take over because she doesn't want to make like she's.
I
giving
think
Paige
the
too
opposite.
much. I think Paige. They just haven't learned to play with each other yet. I just think they just
Granted,
haven't learned.
Enrique and them, they all played like Enrique played great today. Paige played great today. They just lost.
They just lost.
You know who was team high for Chicago?
It's
Camila.
Vandersloot, right?
Camila.
Oh.
And Angel Reese was 6. 2 for 6.
Anthony, you still think Alyssa Thomas is not better than your girl? Because Phoenix is really good all of a sudden. You want to know what the difference is?
What's the difference?
It's that Alyssa Thomas is there. I know you're not familiar with her game, but I'm just going to tell you again. Caitlin Clark has never a day in her life been better than Alyssa Thomas. I'm just going to let you know. No.
You know, it's crazy. They had this graphic where they had Caitlin Clark, her MVP odds, and it was just like really, really high. And then no lie, then like the next day she gets injured. Like it was like the day or two after she got injured. And I'm so mad I didn't save that post because I wanted to post that so bad. And then when I was going to post it, I was like, fuck, she gets injured. I'm like, oh, that's just
Anthony,
great.
do you understand how those odds are calculated?
What?
Do you understand how those odds are calculated?
Anthony don't give a damn about how they calculate it.
I really don't.
Oh, he's a
This
favorite
is
because
flying
the league
fuck.
is just going to do it. The league has nothing to do with that. So, do you know how those odds get calculated at all?
Nope.
Because
I just
those
like what I
odds-
see.
The odds are literally created based off of popularity
And how people are betting.
and how people are betting. So, if Caitlin
So
Clark,
why are they betting that way?
Caitlin Clark is an enigma, right? She is a polarizing player. She has more fans than the WNBA does, right? As
Yeah, but most
people ticket sales and yada yada yada. The people who who bet on WNBA games are sicko gambling people. But when you have a bunch of people who now have eyes on it and are all fans, you could shift lines by where all the money goes. And if all the money is going to the most popular player, the odds are going to shift because they are not going to want to pay people out money when more people are betting on it. So you win less money that way. That's why she's the favorite. Not based off of anything else. Because if we're being real here, it would be Asia Wilson based off of just play. Or this year, Nafisa Collier.
I don't know, Dylan. Asia's still playing out of her mind.
Either way, like those two just off of play would be the favorite. But because betting lines are betting lines, Caitlin Clark is going to be the favorite because more money is put on her.
Anthony don't give a fuck about what you talking about.
I know he doesn't, but I want to make sure I educated him before he's just like, oh, she's the favorite. Understand why she's the favorite.
And she's going to continue to be the favorite.
She'll be the favorite every year.
The moment she comes back, she's going to be the favorite.
She'll be the favorite every year for the rest of her career. I promise you. And she will win MVP. She will win multiple MVPs. But not yet. Not yet.
And it's probably not going to happen this year.
Probably not. We called that. Just like Angel Reese not going to average 17 and 10. Hey! Hey!
Still time. Still
They ain't
time.
having it.
Mike, that's not
I
happening.
believe
7 points is a lot for her.
it's a
7
whole
extra
lot.
points.
It's a whole lot.
Again,
the
her
faith,
shooting
man.
percentage has to go up 20% to get there.
Keep the faith.
Mike, you're a hater. I told you it's only because it benefits you. Why you got so much hope for this? Why would you say it's expected?
So again, James, ask me what I think is going to happen.
Nah, nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm just looking at the Pacers in the post game interviews. They look so unbothered.
They really do.
They
This
look
nigga
so
Halliburton was smiling when he walked off the court and shit.
He's a happy guy. He's gonna get to see his dad at the next game. He's a happy. You know what the Knicks should do? They should fly Giannis to this game and have him sit next to him. Well, that'd be some next level shit. Giannis would be like, "Sure, I'll go sit next to him. You provide the Oreos. Sit right next to him."
That would send Twitter into a frenzy.
Oh, would love that. That would be. If Giannis ever did that, I would have to apologize to Giannis and be like, "I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game. I was not familiar with your game."
I don't think he's leaving Milwaukee. I think they're gonna try to build around this still.
How?
Well, I think he's going to ask out.
I don't know, man.
Because I don't
think there's any way they can build.
When
they don't have draft picks
tied in the Dame, and you can't move. Dame.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know how you could build around him when you don't have money or cap space because your money's tied in a Dame and you can't move him.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the biggest thing in this, where I think Giannis is going to be like, we're unable to build a competitive team because Dame's hurt and going to be out for literally this whole year.
They got an exception, right? But it ain't a lot.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a lot at all. I think maybe 15 mil, maybe 15 to 20. But that's maybe half of Dame's contract.
Yeah, I mean, that's how injuries. That's when injuries suck because in reality, that team should have been a lot better than where they went. But the Pacers own the Bucks, though.
They do.
They've owned the Bucks for the last 3 years, 4 years.
We love it.
Dylan, you need to get you a Pacers jersey.
No. No.
Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit that notification so you know when we go live, post game live. I'm not quite sure what my plans are for Saturday night. We may or may not be here. I don't know. I may or may not be here. I don't know if I'll be home. That's the.
To be fair, Dylan, it is a Saturday night.
I don't know if I'll be home.
I don't give a fuck.
Mike, you did good. Now the talks in the chat between my character in post game lives and Dylan's character in post game lives. You need to come to the forefront, Mike, because you completely disappeared after last game's loss. Completely.
Yes, I was actually doing something Wednesday. My godparents are in town from Pennsylvania, and I moved out a few months ago, and I had not cleaned that room. James, the way we left my room when you walked out.
That's your fault because we could have cleaned it that day. And I said, why are we not cleaning this? He said, I'll be back.
Regardless, the way that room looked was so I had to clean that room. I was there till 1 a.m. I had to get that room clean. There was nothing I could do about it. Nothing I could do about it.
Mike, you better be here on Saturday.
You guys and listen to post game lives from cleaning.
I mean, depending on where I'm at, I can maybe make an appearance and whatnot. I'll do the best I can.
You're gonna be at the bar with 5 white girls, Anthony.
Becky, Beverly, Gretchen, Linda, and fucking Gertrude. That's you.
Anthony's gonna be at that. It's 3 places Anthony may be at: a house party, the bar, or a bowling alley.
Anthony does like the bowl.
Anthony also likes pool.
I give him his props though. He doesn't take it easy on anybody, no matter who he's playing.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
Sure. He'll show the score. He'll have like 120, and the other person have 50. And he'll be like, "Who are you out with?" And like 6 girls. I'm like, "Damn."
Establishing dominance. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god!
This is your person.
This is your guy, Anthony.
Who
is this guy?
I don't know, but that's your boy.
It's a bot.
We have to get him. We have to get him on the pod, Mike. You got to make that happen.
It's an AI bot that might.
Anthony's like, I gotta get on this guy's pod. We gotta collab.
Hey, Snow, it's crazy.
Mike, where'd you get this AI bot from?
Where are you finding these?
This got to be Mike. It's got to be something.
Mike. He's looking down. He's not even looking at the camera. He's typing these words.
Right?
Mike literally wrote, "If it ain't snowing, I ain't going." Mike, what are you writing right now, Mike?
This is definitely Mike.
Yo, Mike, I need to see your hands, Mike.
This is not.
You need to show us your hands, Mike.
Hey, whoa.
You need to show us your hands, Mike. Are you typing these words?
Listen, we appreciate this type of contributor in the chat. We love it as much as we love going in on people's mothers in the chat. We appreciate someone talking about. Yes, Mike, I'm doing it on purpose. I know what I'm saying. Shout out to
Severe, I feel you, man. But we like sisters too, man. We like sisters too over here, man.
Where? Where are you? What sisters are you liking?
What sister did you like?
That's a wild thing to say.
Wrap this up.
I am gonna wrap this up.
You gotta hit the chat. I gotta talk about his mother.
Oh my god.
We got through a whole episode, didn't drop one bomb, Dylan. So it's just we're done.
We can't have that. That's unacceptable.
It's very acceptable.
Unacceptable.
Just like that, look who's back in the mix. Straight out of New York City, it's the red hot Knicks, and nothing's gonna stop us from hanging a banner. Not the Hawks, Heat, or even Indiana.
Breezy.
There it is.
Anthony, we will catch you later. Go Knicks, go baby.
Chang, shout out to your mother.
Just let it play, man. Let us have a night, man.
Right, damn. Jesus. I don't know what I'm saying. That place is gonna be rocking.